month, you can meet by the Carnegie Library dinosaur, if you know the dinosaur at the Carnegie Library.
And then I actually have a question for you.
Yes.
I can interrupt. Could you please tell me where you received that
Oh,
source of information?
I'm sorry, I forgot.
The audience needs to know.
City paper.
The Pittsburgh City paper.
City paper, the summer guide.
And that's where you learned that information.
Yes. And of course, there's Pirates baseball and the Pittsburgh Sports League,
Okay.
which has basketball, kickball, volleyball, and softball. And there's skateboarding and swimming and spray parks.
All right.
And natural history tours and walks. Some parks listed are Deer Lakes Park and Heartwood Acres and North Park, Marshall Island. And yes?
I was just saying that instead of giving us all this information, could you, as Annette, which would be original, could you tell me, what do you think about people taking homebound people out for the summer? Could you
Well, I think
kind of talk a little bit about that for a minute or two? I'm going to relax my back because it's hurting.
Well, I think that's a good idea. It gives them a chance to get fresh air and to enjoy the warm weather. And the best place and the most popular place to go are your parks, your local parks, because you can take advantage of nature and you can have picnics. And parks are popular during the summer. It's well known for special events like weddings and family reunions and graduations and special holidays such as Father's Day and the 4th of July. So it's a good idea to take advantage of your local parks because they're easy to get to by bus. And I wanted to mention, starting June 13th, I believe the bus routes are going to change. So those of you who want to get around, it'll be a good idea to call your local Port Authority and find out what buses go to these special parks and places of events through the summer.
Now, real quickly, we only have 10 minutes, so we're going to move on. So that will probably conclude your report at this time, but you can have some more time in the future. How does it feel having been a host today?
It was easy.
It was easy?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was different.
Well, let me ask you something. Have you ever had experience where you participated in taking people that would be normally homebound out to a park? Has that ever occurred in your life where you've taken somebody that was homebound out?
Yes, well, they weren't homebound. We took your dad to a park.
He was homebound. That's what I'm speaking of, actually.
Well, he was later in life.
Yes, he was homebound
and
later in
he
life.
enjoyed it.
And the reason why I bring that up, I'm going to quickly take over now because I only have about 8 minutes left. So thank you for your report. You did well.
Sure.
I know I didn't allow you to get everything in. That wasn't to be rude. It's just a matter of time
Everybody
constraints.
enjoy the summer, and most important most important is to be safe during the summer
That's
and
right.
during the holidays and events that you partake in. So always follow your safety guidelines and pay attention to safety rules and regulations, and that's what's most important in your summertime fun.
That's right. Well, I want to touch on a couple of things. First of all, I mentioned that we took my dad out. He was in a wheelchair, and I had a very small car at the time. I had a Honda Civic two-door. Putting that wheelchair into the trunk or the back seat of my car was incredibly hard. And it was also very hard for me because I have a medical condition. But I found a way to do that. And I did that because it was so important to bring back the independence of my father, who is 90%, well, at least 60 to 90% of why I am who I am. And I got to tell you, Mr. Albert, my dad, Mr. Goldsmith, for at least 87 years, was very, very, very active. He would go to maybe 7 to 8 art openings every Friday and every Saturday. So that's like 16 art openings. He was one of the most active people I met. So for him to be homebound was devastating. But a couple of years ago, before he died, about maybe 4 years ago, we were able to take him to a section of Frick Park. And my dad said to me, how are you ever going to get this wheelchair and me into the park? And how are you going to get into the car? I said, I don't know. And quite frankly, I don't give a blank. And I used the 4-letter word, flat. We won't say what word. I said, I don't care how the F I have to do it. I'm going to do it because you're my dad. So we did it. My point being is, I'm not asking for you to feel sympathy for me. And when I bring things out, it's not about sympathy. It's to show you that if I can do it with my disability or what have you, or finances or conditions, when I bring out when I bring myself into the picture, I'm not doing it to try to, sympathy. I'm just showing you and demonstrating that if I can do it, all of you can do it. We can do this. We can bring people in wheelchairs to the park. We can bring our dogs to the park. We can take them out for ice cream. We can have fun. We can do what is right for our brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, uncles and aunts, people of all ages. And if you have an elderly parent and you haven't taken them out, you haven't called them, give them a call tonight. Take them out when it's not raining. Do something you haven't done. We can do this. Now I got 5 minutes, so quickly I got to touch on, real quickly, this is the final Tuesday Humanity Matters show, at least for a while. As I said, we're going to be doing a live show, hopefully June the 28th. The studio has decided to go with a new format to hopefully intrigue and excite you, the audience. So it is going to mean my show will be on more randomly. For this month, it will still stay on Tuesday. But I encourage all of you who have internet access to go to www.humanitymatters.org, because during the month, I do stuff. Now, we have a new episode that will be on random, and it's about child abuse. It's called Abuse Must Stop. I'm going to warn you, in this particular episode, 2 of my co-hosts start crying. It's that sad. Now, real fast, what it's about is a child named Ethan Stacy was killed because of a judge who did not read a report that the father sent during his divorce proceedings. He sent his worries that the mother may not be safe to be around the child. The judge did not read the report because she claimed it was cut and dry. As a result, 4-year-old Ethan Stacy was killed by the mother's then boyfriend. So it moved me to the point where I decided to do an on-location shoot along with Annette, Kathy, and Donna Weiss. You will see that sometime this month or next month. It will be random. Look to humanitymatters.org. Whenever I know something, you will know. Again, with the station, I wish them good luck. I will be here. I don't know when. I don't know where. But Albert Torcaso and his crew is not going anywhere. And I will tell you that humanity, it does really matter. So I have to stay on TV. It's not even a choice, It really isn't. We need this to get out, like Paul called in. Where else do you see this? But I'm going to also let everyone out there in TV world know my intent is to be on the regular networks and to earn a living. And I'm hoping this year or next year I will be on your local TV. I'm not advertising. I'm just telling you. One thing I will say, and I think Kathy and Annette can back me up on this. If I say I'm going to do something,
He does it.
I get it done.
He goes through with it.
Even if it kicks me into potato chips, and we all know what I mean, I get it done. But, there's not too much else to say. We got about 30 seconds, I guess. I'd like to hear a final